Awesome. All right. Well, my name is Pascal Talbert, and I am excited to be here with you guys tonight, actually. And our topic is quite fun. It is called to cheat or not to cheat on program. And obviously the answer is going to be, we're not going to want to cheat. And there's going to be several reasons why, and I'm going to go over some of them with you in just a little bit. All right, our next slide, please. So this is me. I am Pascal Talbert, did this plan 5.5 years ago. I lost 40 pounds in 4 months. And honestly, I was loving the program so much, the simplicity of everything, that within 2 weeks, I was like, I'm going to share this with as many people as I know, my friends, my family, my coworkers. So I have had the privilege now of coaching for about the same amount of time, 5.5 years. And this plan just continues to blow my mind. If you guys were on the pre-party, you got to hear some of the amazing success stories that clients are having. So it's so much fun. And I'm excited that you all are here tonight. All right. Before we continue, in case income is mentioned, we are going to do our due diligence by going over our income disclosure statement. OPTAVIA makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with OPTAVIA results from successful sales efforts, which require hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Your success will depend on how well you exercise these qualities. Please see the OPTAVIA Income Disclosure Statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches. All right, now for our first presenter that I'm going to have come on, I would like to introduce one of my dear friends. Her name is Dana Calhoun, and she has an amazing story to share with you guys tonight. So take it away, Dana.
All right, there we go. I'm unmuted. Well, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much, Pascal, for asking me this evening to share my story. Before we get started, I know the topic tonight is, Pascal just showed the slide, it's cheat or not to cheat, but I like to teach my clients that it's not a cheat, it's a choice. And is this choice going to get us closer or further from our goals? So my journey of contending for my health started in 2017. I saw Pascal living her journey out loud on Facebook. She was so inspiring. She was posting yummy recipes. She was sharing her own transformation. I had to reach out. I did. I told her what my goals were. She picked the right plan for me. And within a week, my first box arrived and I was ready to start on my journey. I took the weekend, to meal prep, and I was in the client support page, and I was, finding the simple but yet yummy recipes. And I did all my meal prep on a Sunday. And at that time, my family and I were living in South Florida. And it was the end of September. And guess what? A hurricane shifted. Yeah. Okay. And if you want to talk about stress, and I was a stress eater. Okay. Now I didn't start planning yet. So my husband decided that our family was going to evacuate and we were heading to Georgia. And then I was faced with my first choice. I had every right to call Pascal and say, girl, there is a hurricane coming. Forget about those fuelings. I am out. But then there was another choice. The other choice was to get a cooler, grab those lean greens that I had already prepared, grab those convenient, easy fuelings that had already arrived, and get in the car and head to Georgia. And I'm happy to report that I made the second choice. I had amazing results my first week. And that helped me to start believing that I was strong and that I could do hard things. And so can you. So now that was the end of September. Now we're going into October, November, December. I not only survived, but I thrived through 17, I counted them, 17 potlucks. I was a social worker at the time, and these people party for everything. There's a party for this, a potluck for this, a potluck for that. But I brought plan-approved recipes to share. I made my lean and green according to our guidelines, and I ate those during the party. I utilized the tools that I had learned in my life book, Stop, Challenge, and Choose. Everyone always complimented me on my dishes that I brought to share. And I always went to my famous go-to, our spinach crustless quiche. It's the bomb. So if you haven't had it, go look it up because it's really good. And I was posting and I was living out loud on Facebook. I was riding my fat burn energy. I was doing all the things. I was working all 4 components of our program. I was taking my coach. I was taking Pascal's call weekly. I was active in our client support page and on my personal Facebook page. I was reading my life book, and I was 100% on the 5-in-1 plan. But then I became overconfident. I get a little emotional. I started to have the attitude, I got this. I know this plan. I started to fall off. I found myself in moments of stress going to those BLTs, and those stand for bites, licks, tastes. And friends, on our plan is simple but structured, and those BLTs will kick you right out of fat burn. I'm a girl mom, and I have 3 beautiful daughters, and they're my reason why. But my overconfidence was clouding. It was making my why cloudy. I was hanging out with my girl gang, and I started making choices. 1 margarita, 2 margarita, 3 margarita floor. Yeah, that was your girl. Those were the choices I was making. I got to the point that I had to start counting the cost. It was feeling good in the moment, but the next day, not being in fat burn stunk. The guilt of knowing that my choices did not align with my health goals started to get really heavy. And starting to see that number on the scale go in the wrong direction was enough for me to say enough was enough. So my advice to you tonight is don't get overconfident. I am so thankful to my amazing coach, Pascal, because you know what? She never gave up on me. And I watched everyone's success story in our client support page, which is gold. And it totally inspired me. I decided to partner with Pascal and coach my friends and my family. And that was the secret sauce. That was the secret sauce of helping me stay 100% on plan and getting to my goal of 98 pounds lost. So I leave you with this. In moments of weakness, reach up. Protect your fat burn. It's a choice. Are we going to make the choice that's going to get us closer or further from my goal? So I know you're all here tonight and you made a choice to be on this call, and I believe in you, and I know that you're all going to be successful at whatever part of the journey that you're on. Thank you, Pascal, for letting me share.
Oh my gosh, Dana, that was awesome. Awesome. And I am so excited that you did come into my life and that we've been able to go on this journey together. And your share was amazing. So thank you. The next person that I would like to introduce to you guys is actually a dear friend of mine. We go back to our teenage years. His name is Casey Burt, and I've had the pleasure of being his coach and watching him succeed on plan. And then also he's been able to radically transform his life and the lives of many others. So I'm going to have him just share a little bit on his story, and he can take himself off mute.
You're making it sound easy. It was it was a lot worse than that. I think you had to walk me off a ledge for a few times. Anyway, Dana, what a powerful story. As hard as it is for you to go through, somebody else is fighting that battle, and thank you for just being out there and living it out loud. So my journey started first time. I know, first time. So yeah, if you're on for the first time, put a 1 in the chat. If you're on for the second time, this is gonna go crazy. Here we are. We're doing it again. My journey started, I was a wreck, and I saw Pascal, and she looked amazing, glowing at my son's high school. And then I saw her like 3 months later during football season, and she looked even better. And I probably looked worse. I literally was in the largest shirt known to man. I don't think a football team can make a larger jersey than the one that I was wearing. But it came to a realization where I was looking at photos of my family, of events, and I was always behind things, right? I was behind my sons. My sons were in front of me. My desk was in front of me. My car was in front of me. I was just taking pictures of my head. It was a realization that I had to do something, and I reached out to Pascal and said, "How are we going to do this?" And she walked me through a little bit, and I was really successful first time. I got down like 25, 30 pounds in the first 2 months. And at that point, I thought, oh, I just like Dana, I got this. And I did it so rapidly, so quickly that I lost focus of why I was doing it, if that makes sense. My why wasn't really at the forefront. It was about looking good. It was really shallow. I went off. Fast forward 4 years, I was in a wedding, which is that picture you see on the left. It was horrible. If you've ever been in a wedding, you know that it's not about you. It's about the bride and groom. So if you don't look good, it doesn't matter. I'm in 400 pictures where I look bigger than a car. It became very apparent that I had not just lost that weight that I thought, but it came back and in droves. My why wasn't at the forefront, and now it was. My health, bad. And I knew I had a little kid that I wanted to watch grow up. That was it. Sorry. March 6th, 2022 was the last time I had a drink of alcohol. That was it. It's not just a diet. Dieters binge. This is a lifestyle. This is real. You're changing lives. You have a responsibility. You're doing the right thing. The fact that you're on this call means you're doing more than you were designed to do, but you're here. You're here, you're growing. To cheat or not to cheat, I promise you, 5 years later, there's not a question, but you have to make that decision every day. Every day, you have to commit to yourself. So is it cheating? I don't know if it's cheating, but you're not doing yourself any service. We take a cheat, and what does that mean? You're literally, you have to say, I can't eat this, and that's kind of like cheating. Or I don't eat this. I can't, you're going to want to cheat. I don't, I've made the decision, this isn't for me. Same thing with alcohol. You guys are on plan, but it's not just about the food. And if anybody knows that, it's me. I made these little poker chips, 30 days, 30-day chips. This isn't AA. but it's CA. It's Casey's Anonymous. I'm walking guys out of bars, changing lives. Anyway, did I go with my 5 minutes? I got 5 minutes. You guys rock. Keep fighting the fight. We're all in it together.
Oh my gosh, Casey, thank you so much for your transparency. And those of you who don't know Casey yet or have not had the pleasure of meeting him, he really is just as genuine as he just showed you, and just loves everybody and just wants the best for everyone. And I'm just so proud of you both, Dana and Casey. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your story tonight. Okay, well, let's dive in. So now that we've been talking about all this to cheat or not to cheat, let's dive into the nitty-gritty. So it's not about cheating. It really is about choosing, and your choices do matter. So it takes 3 to 4 days to get back into fat burn, which is going to cost you more money than you already paid and time. So if you take, it's roughly $16.75 a day for fuelings, multiply that by 4, it'll cost you about $67 to get back into fat burn. No one has time for that, and no one wants to spend the extra money. So that's what you have to think about when you're deciding, do I want that piece of chocolate cake? No, you don't want that piece of chocolate cake. Go make the brownie that we have. It's the most amazing brownie on the planet. Causes stress on your body when you go in and out of fat burn. Totally. So you're going into a fat burning process. We're trying to protect the burn, right? Gina says that all the time. Protect the burn. You want to protect lean muscle and you want to burn fat. That's what the 5-in-1 plan is. Continue to reinforce your old unhealthy habits. We're trying to develop new healthy habits now. We don't want to resort back to our old ways every 3, 4, 5 days. So these are just a few of the choices that do matter. So we'll go to fat burn. Now, your right choices are going to lead to success. Here are some things that you can do. Eating every 2.5 hours. If it was a perfect world, I would tell all my clients, that's what I want you to do. Eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Sometimes you're going to go over a little bit, but we don't want that to happen. At the most, 3 hours. What is going to happen after 3 hours? You're going to be very hangry, usually with your friends or your family or your coworkers, and you don't want to do that with them either. And it can also kick you out of fat burn if you miss too many times, if you go over 3.5, 4 hours. Weigh your lean and greens. So super important. I see this with my clients all the time, usually when they get to right around week 3, especially if they've been eating the same protein like chicken. So if they're used to eating chicken for 2 weeks and then they get to week 3, they're like, oh, I got this. I know what 6 ounces of chicken looks like. I don't have to weigh it anymore. Well, chicken can be very deceiving. 6 ounces of chicken, you could have 4 ounces. Now you're not eating enough. And now you might have 8 ounces because you think it's 6 and now you're eating too much. So weighing your lean and greens, super important. Same thing, vegetables. We have a vegetable conversion chart. Make sure you're always weighing. Count and measure all condiments. Yes, the OPTAVIA guide tells you that you can have up to 3 condiments. It does not say 3+ condiments. I know that a little packet of stevia is considered 1 condiment, and then a cup of unsweetened almond milk is 1 condiment. They look very different. So sometimes people think, oh, it's just condiments, I can have extra. No. We got to follow the guide. Drink your water. That is self-sufficient. I don't really think I have to go over that too much. 64 to 100 ounces is usually what your coaches will be recommending for you. And nothing extra, no hacks, no BLTs. So I love the client support pages that we have, but sometimes on the client support page, I will see people that are suggesting hacks, and hacks are when you're putting things into fuelings that are not in the guide. And so we want to stick to, if it's not in the guide, we're not having it. No bites, licks, or taste either. That's all going to add up and can kick you out of fat burn. So every decision takes you either closer to your goal or away from your goals. That's something that you always have to remember. And this plan does work, but we do have to follow the rules. And some of you might be little rebels like I am at times with the 5-in-1, but we can't. You don't want to be a rule breaker with your health. Okay, next slide, please. Healthy habits. So your daily steps that are going to lead to success. Make your schedule a priority. Structure is going to be your new best friend. I see clients a lot of times they do really, really great during the week. And then the weekend comes and structure is like completely out the window. They forget to eat their 5 fuelings. They only have 3. They drink less water. They eat out a lot. All of those things are not going to serve you on 5 and 1. Posting your goals so that you see them throughout the day. One of my dear friends, Tylena, she did this great idea. It was a great visual and I love it. So let's say that your starting weight is 140 pounds. Then you would put the number 140 on a Post-it, like in your bathroom mirror. And then let's say you're trying to get to 120. And then she would have a Post-it for each number, 140, 139, 138, all the way down. And then each week, when she would weigh back, when she would weigh in, depending on the amount of pounds, she would take those off the mirror. So to me, that's a great visual and something that is exciting to see. So post your goals, see them throughout the day. Always be prepared, travel with an extra fueling. That is also very important for success. I don't know how many times clients have gotten stuck somewhere and they're like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Or they leave home without them. Always pack extra fuelings in your car. If you live in South Florida like I do, don't put bars in there. You want to do crunchers, but you always want to be prepared to travel with extra fuelings. You also want to become a planner. When you're vacationing, I would highly suggest that you bring your favorite fuelings when you vacation. Don't bring the fuelings that you're not really that interested in, because let's say you go out with your family on vacation and they want to go have ice cream and you're going with them, and now all of a sudden you can't have the ice cream, so now you feel miserable and you're ready to throw in the towel. If you would have brought your brownie, which is again very yummy, you don't care that they're having the ice cream. But if you bring a fueling that you don't really like, then you're going to feel deprived. So always be planning. Continually contend for your health. Every 2.5 hours, we get to make a choice, and a wise choice. Now, I want to show you guys real quick. I made a video. This is actually an idea that I stole from Deb Moody. And this is for you to be your own personal cheerleader. Sometimes we need to remind ourselves.
I see you. I want you to step away from the fridge slowly and just think about what you're doing. You're probably just bored or trying to think of something to do. Let's regroup. Let's have some water. Maybe we'll take a walk outside. Let's check our time. Maybe we are close to our next fueling. But let's stop, challenge, and choose, Pascal, before we make the wrong choice. All right, you got this, girl.
So as you can see, I typically have to remind myself often that I've got this. So now I've gotten resorted to the point of making videos that even tells me that I've got this. So that's something cute that you guys can do to motivate yourself and be your own cheerleader. All right. Your consistent actions are going to lead to success. Treat as a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. And Casey also hit on that. Diets usually have a stop and a start date. This is a lifestyle. This is forever. You are going to embrace this. You're also going to embrace accountability and support. You have an amazing coach. You have this fabulous community that we're all part of. You also have your client support pages. You have your Tuesday night calls. I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are all here, so you understand that. Living your health out loud. I'm going to show you a way that you can do that at the end, and helping others. Open and read your life book. You got 2 big books when you got your kit came in. I want you to open the life book if you haven't done that yet and put your name in it and start to read it. I tell my clients it's just like the 5 and 1. Give me 5 minutes a day in the books and the 5 and 1. 5 minutes, 5 and 1. Stay in fat bird, avoid evening weakening and weekend. That means on the weekends, I also see some clients do this. Monday through Friday, till about 4, they are on point. 4:30 rolls around, happy hour. Hey, I'm going out with my friends. And all of a sudden they cheat. They make that choice on Friday night. Then on Saturday, they're like, well, I messed up on Friday, so I might as well keep on going. And then on Sunday, they're like, well, tomorrow's Monday. So then they start back. So they're on the plan for 4.5 days. Now they've kicked themselves out of fat burn, and now we restart and we do this process week in and week out until the light bulb comes on. So stay in fat burn. Explore coaching. Our health coaches have a very high success rate. We're 5 times more likely to get to your goal weight and to stay there as a coach. So when you're talking the talk, you have to walk the walk. I want you to also celebrate all your wins along the way. The scale is not the end all. And I will show you what I mean with the next slide of the scale is not the end all. Voila, for all to see. This is a picture of myself. I did tell you that I had done plan 5.5 years ago and lost 40 pounds in 4 months, but it had been 5.5 years, and probably about a year or so ago, I started letting some unnecessary, unhealthy habits creep back in. Slowly but surely, they came back. So the picture that you see on the left-hand side of each before is actually on November 28th. That was the day after I came off of a cruise with my family. We had gone for Thanksgiving for 7 days. You can imagine a 7-day cruise, what that does to your body. And so I was sick and tired of being sick and tired when I got off that cruise. So I said, I'm back on 5 and 1. So that's the picture on the left. The picture on the right of both was March 12th. So just 2 days ago, I took this picture. Now the difference in weight is 16.5 pounds. So you would think, okay, Pascal, you started November 28th. So you had all of December, all of January, all of February, and here we are in March, and you've only lost 16.5 pounds. Yes, that is it. But I'm here to tell you that I am a slow loser this time around, but I am so grateful that I took pictures and continue to take pictures every 2 weeks, because the inches is what matters to me and how I feel in my clothes. If it were for the scale, I would have thrown that scale. And I think I did a few times that my husband probably grabbed the scale as it was about to break a window, because I couldn't take it anymore. But once I saw the visual difference, I was like, okay, I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust my coach, Gina, and here we go. We're back in it to win it. So non-scale victories do matter. And on this last slide, what I wanted to show you guys is earlier I was telling you guys about living out loud. And one of the ways that you can live this journey out loud is on social media, on Facebook. And every month we do a fun promotion. And this month it's called the Face-to-Face Challenge. It's so super easy to do. You just take a picture, a before picture, face, and a now picture, put them together. Your coach can help you to put them side by side if you don't know how, but you guys can be entered to earn $50 in wellness credits. And it's not like there's just one winner. There's thousands of dollars that we give away every single month. And by doing this, you're posting on your personal page and you're showing your friends, your family, your social network, hey, I'm on a plan or a program. So on Friday night, when they think they're taking you out to happy hour like they have been, or they're coming over to your house, they're going to say, what can you have on your plan? Because we'll bring what you can have instead of bringing the wine, the cheese, the crackers like they used to. But this is putting this out there. It's a protective bubble for you guys. You're letting people know that you're on a plan or a program, and they will be there to support you. So look that up if you need more information. Your coach can also help you with that to get into this challenge, because it's so super easy. And I just want to thank you guys for being on tonight. I hope you learned a lot on to cheat or not to cheat. And all it is it's a choice. And we want to make the wise choice, because we want to be on this plan, and then we want to move to transition, and then we want to move to optimal health and stay there for the rest of our lives. And so we have a call right after this. You just simply hang up. It's a coach call. You don't have to be a coach to be on it, but if you want to hear a little bit more about what we do as coaches, what we talk about, you simply just hang up on this one, dial in the same Zoom room, and we'll see you there in just a minute. But thanks again, everybody, for being on. Have a great night.